Most of us spend years learning to fit in, following the rules, doing what's expected, and making sure we don't stand out too much. From a young age, we're taught to color inside the lines, to raise our hands before speaking, to wait our turn, and to follow the path that's been laid out for us. We learn how to blend in, how to avoid rocking the boat, and how to keep our heads down so we don't draw unwanted attention. We become experts at moving with the crowd, at doing what everyone else is doing, and at measuring our success by how well we fit in. It's comfortable in a way, safe, predictable, and familiar. But after a while, something inside us starts to wonder if there's more to life than just following the script. Eventually, a quiet voice inside asks, "Is this all there is?" It's a question that can be easy to ignore, but it never really goes away. It lingers in the background, nudging us to look deeper, to question, to reflect on what truly matters to us. Integrity isn't just about obeying rules or fitting into someone else's mold. It's about something much deeper. About being honest with ourselves, about having the courage to listen to that inner voice, and about daring to step outside the lines when our hearts tell us it's right. Living with integrity means aligning your actions with your own values, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. It means making choices that reflect who you really are, not just who you think you're supposed to be. Sometimes, that means making tough decisions, standing up for what you believe in, or admitting when you've made a mistake. Living with integrity means asking, "What do I believe is right?" and acting on it, even if it's hard. It's about being willing to speak up, to take responsibility, and to stay true to yourself, even when it would be easier to just go along with the crowd. This isn't about rebellion or breaking the rules for the sake of it. It's about wholeness, about bringing your authentic self to the world and living in a way that feels true to who you are. When you live with integrity, you experience a sense of peace and confidence that comes from knowing you're being honest with yourself and others. The world doesn't need more people who fit in. It needs people with the courage to stand tall in their own story. It needs people who are willing to be themselves, to share their unique gifts, and to inspire others to do the same. When you choose integrity, you give others permission to do so as well. This is the real work of living with integrity, choosing to be true to yourself, even when it's hard, and trusting that your story matters. In the end, it's not about how well you fit in, but about how bravely you live your truth. The journey starts not with grand gestures, but with a single honest step forward. Imagine yourself at the edge of a new day, the world quiet, the air full of possibility. This is where self-discovery begins, by simply choosing to look inward, to ask yourself what truly matters. Approach your own story with gentle curiosity. Let yourself wonder about the moments that shaped you, the memories that linger, and the feelings that surface when you pause to reflect. Think back to those times when you said yes, even though your heart whispered no. Recall the situations where you felt pressured to agree, or when you went along with the crowd to avoid standing out. Or maybe you stayed silent when something inside you felt unsettled, when your gut told you to speak up, but fear held you back. These are the moments that quietly reveal the distance between your actions and your deepest values. These small, often overlooked experiences are powerful clues. They show you where you might be living out of alignment with your true self, and where your values are asking to be heard. Don't judge yourself for these moments, just notice them. Treat them as valuable data, not as reasons for shame or regret. This is how you begin to understand yourself with compassion. Take time to reflect. What value was I betraying in that moment? Was it honesty, kindness, courage, or something else? Let your answers come gently, without forcing them. Ask yourself, what was I afraid of? Was it rejection, conflict, or simply the discomfort of being different? Understanding your fears helps you see what holds you back from living your truth. Use these insights to identify your two core values, the guiding stars that shine brightest for you. These are the principles that, when honored, make you feel most alive and authentic. Remember, too many values can scatter your focus. Choose just two for now. Let them be your compass. Write them down where you'll see them often, as a daily reminder of what matters most. Let these values anchor your decisions, big and small. When you're unsure, return to them. They will help you choose the path that feels right for you. Your values may shift and evolve as you grow, and that's okay. For now, let them be your foundation, a steady base from which you can build a life that feels true. Living with integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, embracing your flaws, and showing up as your authentic self, even when it feels uncomfortable. Know what you stand for, and have the courage to show up for it, especially when it's hard. Each time you do, you strengthen your sense of self and inspire others to do the same. This is how you build a life that's true to you. One choice, one value, one honest moment at a time. Integrity is built in small, everyday choices, not grand gestures. Start by practicing your values in low-risk situations. If honesty is your value, try saying no without making excuses. If connection matters, put your phone away at dinner. Each small act is a vote for the person you want to be. These tiny wins build self-trust and prepare you for bigger challenges. You'll learn the world doesn't end when you set boundaries or speak your truth. In fact, people may respect you more. Integrity is a daily practice, not a destination. Every choice is a chance to align with your values. Living with integrity means owning your choices. No more blaming or making excuses. Compliance lets us hide behind, "I was just following orders." But true freedom comes from taking responsibility. When you make a mistake, own it. "I'm sorry, I made a mistake." This isn't about self-blame. It's about cleaning up your side of the street. At work, don't look for scapegoats. Ask, "What was my role? What can I do differently?" Leaders who admit mistakes create cultures of learning, not blame. Responsibility also means owning your strengths. Accept compliments. Acknowledge your contributions. When you own your story, you reclaim your power. You become the author of your life, guided by your values. That's real agency. We can't do this alone. Connection is essential. Find people who support your journey and hold space for your vulnerability. Mentors and friends who model integrity help you grow. Ask them how they found courage, and learn from their stories. True friends celebrate your brave choices, not your compliance. Some relationships may need to change as you grow. Build a support system by being the kind of friend you want to have. Connection is the antidote to shame and isolation. In trusted company, you find the strength to keep showing up. Integrity is a daily practice, woven into the fabric of your life. Start each day by remembering your core values and setting an intention. Choose long-term wholeness over short-term comfort. Listen to the pang of discomfort when tempted to cut corners. Say no when you need to. Honor your own needs and boundaries. Living your values isn't always easy. You'll have setbacks. The goal isn't perfection, but returning to your intention each day. Dust yourself off after a fall and recommit. Every day is a new chance to choose your values. That's how you build a life that feels true. Again. That's how you build resilience. Sometimes, living your values means standing alone. It's not always easy to hold on to your beliefs when everyone around you seems to be moving in a different direction. You might feel like you're swimming upstream, or like you're the only one who sees things differently. But in those moments, remember, your truth matters, even if it's not the popular opinion. The pressure to conform is real, and it can be overwhelming. Sometimes it feels easier to just go along with the crowd, to laugh at the joke you don't find funny, or to stay silent when something feels wrong. But integrity asks you to choose yourself over comfort. It's about honoring your own values, even when it means risking disapproval or standing out. In tough moments, like hearing a prejudiced joke or witnessing unfair treatment, speaking up can feel daunting. You might worry about making things awkward or about being judged. But sometimes all it takes is a simple, honest response. "That makes me uncomfortable," or "I don't agree with that." These small acts can have a big impact, even if your voice shakes. It's a small act, but it takes courage. Your heart might race, your palms might sweat, but every time you choose to speak your truth, you strengthen your sense of self. You remind yourself that your voice matters, and that you are capable of standing up for what you believe in. You may be labeled difficult or sensitive, and it can feel isolating. Sometimes, you might find yourself sitting alone, or feeling left out of conversations. The loneliness can sting, and you might question whether it's worth it. But remember, you're not alone in feeling this way. Many people struggle with the same fears and doubts. Remember, you're not doing this to win arguments, but to be whole. Speaking your truth isn't about proving others wrong. It's about staying true to yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing you honored your values even when it was hard. Journaling, reflecting, and checking in with your heart can help you stay grounded. The pain of self-betrayal is worse than the discomfort of standing alone. When you silence your voice to fit in, you might feel a temporary sense of relief, but deep down, regret can linger. Over time, betraying your own values can erode your self-respect and leave you feeling disconnected from yourself. Over time, people will respect your consistency, even if they disagree. They may not always understand your choices, but they'll notice your authenticity. Your willingness to stand by your beliefs, even when it's hard, can inspire quiet admiration and even shift the culture around you. Your courage gives others permission to do the same. When you speak up, you show others that it's possible to be honest and brave. You might never know who you're inspiring, but your actions can ripple outwards, encouraging others to find their own voice. Speaking your truth creates space for others to find their voice. When one person dares to be authentic, it opens the door for more honest conversations. Over time, this can transform relationships, workplaces, and communities, making them safer and more supportive for everyone. This is how change begins, one brave conversation at a time. Each time you choose honesty over silence, you plant a seed for a more compassionate and understanding world. It may not always be easy, but it is always meaningful. Honor yourself, and you invite others to do the same. By living your truth, you become a beacon for others who are searching for the courage to do what's right. Your integrity lights the way, reminding us all that real change starts with one person choosing to be brave. Living with integrity brings you home to yourself and closes the gap between belief and action. This transformation ripples out, building trust and deepening relationships. People know your yes means yes, and your no means no. Trust is built on the courage to be real, not on perfection. In families, it looks like parents apologizing and partners having honest conversations. In communities, one person's integrity can inspire a team or shift a culture. When you act with integrity, you become a quiet force for positive change. The reward isn't a life free from struggle, but a life that feels true. You live and love with your whole heart. And that's a gift to yourself and to the world.